Yo, hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector. Happy Monday. Mondays are mail days for me. I've got a little bit. I had been doing Sunday mail days, but we're back to Monday mail days and got a lot to cover. I got some cool stuff to show off. Got some product to review, and I got the biggest autograph card I've ever bought. Most expensive and probably my favorite. Like, it's a big deal for me. And so you'll see that in a bit. But did everybody get a chance to check out Mike Tyson's butt last Friday night? That was so awesome. So hilarious, true. I watched the fight with the streaming issues that everybody seems to have had around the country by and large. I got to the Tyson fight, and it was so bad and buffering so much that I just said, screw it. Besides, all the other fights were way better anyway, from what I ended up hearing. And I can go watch the Tyson fight on replay, I guess, if I want Tyson, Jake Paul. But who should I fight? Like, if I was to fight, I'm obviously a major influencer in the card community. So who would you guys like to see me fight? And it's not going to be Mike Tyson. Just kidding. I have no interest in doing that. But it was fun. We had a ton of people at our house to watch it, and ended up being kind of a major letdown. But yeah, and I'm doing this tonight before the Cowboys lose to the Texans, which they will undoubtedly because they're terrible. They're not a very good football team. But yeah, college football is rolling along. Got some big games this weekend, and NBA, NHL are rolling. So it's fun. No baseball, but it's fun to be a fan of the other sports. So let's get into some stuff. I got a lot to show, so I'm going to flip this around. Here we go. All right, here we go. The first thing I want to talk about is this. I got a text from my buddy Omar, Retro Hoop Collectibles, and he and a relative, I think it's his brother, maybe? I can't remember. These are PSA graded card frame displays from Collect 3D. And he said, hey, I want to send you some to check them out and talk about them. And I did. So he sent me this pack of 10, which is awesome. I'm already using 2 of them, but I'm going to grab one here and show it to you guys. I'll put this back there. Yeah, so these are super simple. And what they are displays for your cards. Now, you can obviously not, just keep them. I'm going to use a card I got today, which I'll talk about in a minute. But hey, let's talk Tommy John. I'll tell you why I bought that card in a minute. But so this just goes right in here. Oh, I have to have it the correct way. That's on me. So the card fits right in, just snaps right in. Super easy, just like that. And if you want, you can take these little feet that are on the back. They just fold out, and you can display your card. Like, how cool is that? That's super easy. And I've got 10 of them. So once I get my new card room going someday, I'll have room to put these up. They also fit, believe it or not, they fit tag slabs, because I put my Norman card in there and it fit perfect. And so that's why that's being displayed so nice back there, thanks to Collect 3D. So there's that, and I'd used it for my buddy's card here that I got done at the National by tag. There you see Andy and Eric and Mike and Garrett and JT. So yeah, but they're 4 PSA slabs technically, and they do work with perfect fits on them too. I've tried that. So yeah. So if you want or are interested in these, I'm not getting anything from them other than they wanted me to try them out, and I think they're really cool. If you're a person that likes to display your cards, this is a great way to do it. These are super light, but don't feel flimsy, if that makes any sense. Like, I think, besides, what are you going to do? You're just going to stand them up anyway. It's not like you're going to run over them or something. So go check out Collect 3D. Yeah. All right. There's that. All right. So the first card, not Tommy John. We'll get to Tommy John here in a minute. But that's not who I want to talk about first. The first card that I'm going to show that I got is right here. Yeah, Ted Simmons, 1987 tops. I'm the only guy in the world that probably cares about having a 1987 tops Ted Simmons, but this one's significant because it is the last card that I needed for the 87 tops Hall of Fame run. And it was kind of a funny story, really. Let me go grab a couple emails. I'll be right back. All right. So I ordered the card, bought the card, and the guy who sold it to me apparently watches the channel, and his name is Dan, and he's from Oakland Bash Brothers, and he sells cards. So I bought this from him. He sends it to me, and it was the wrong card. And I told him immediately, like, hey, I really wanted this card. But he was great. He said, hey, let me work on it. So he ended up working with the guy. He just mixed up the orders, sent it to another person. I sent back the card that wasn't mine, and he ultimately got it back and got this to me again and gave me a discount and was really nice. It was good communication, kind of communication you want with an eBay seller. So shout out to Dan for making it right and getting me this card that finishes out my 87 Topps Hall of Fame run. So there will be a 87 Topps Hall of Fame run video tabletop showcase in the future of this channel at some point. Next up, you saw a card of him, but with the announcement of the, Veterans Committee, player era, whatever they call them, era committees, Tommy John's on that ballot, and he's one that is way underrepresented in my collection. I didn't have any autographs of Tommy John, and so I immediately went out and bought this because I think he might get in, and so I want to be prepared for that. I'd rather buy a card like this now when it's $10 versus later when it's 25. And so I got that as just kind of an autograph to have in the collection. And then I went and bought an 88 Donruss Diamond Kings, because if he gets in, I'll want to have this Diamond King of him. So somebody had that. And Tommy John's been a good TTMer, I think, for a while. So got those two autographs, and then you guys already saw the 65 Topps. I don't have his rookie, which is 64. So this is a second year, and it's not cheap now. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll just wait and let's just see. I don't want to get too hot and heavy in Tommy John stuff. But he has a ton of cards, 64 through 90 maybe. I can't remember the last year he has a card, but it's a long time. He's got a lot of cards, which is great. Like, I'm looking forward to if he gets in. And so this was a cheap one that I was able to pick up. And so we'll start a Tommy John collection more fervently if he gets in. Two more to go. Still working on 5 stars. This is 2021. This is Randy Johnson, obviously. And I did not have a Randy Johnson from 2021. This is the gold parallel, number to 10, down there at the bottom. And love it. Absolutely love it. In the Diamondbacks uniform. He won a World Series with them. So that's great. I love that. So still knocking out the 2021s. I just finished 2023. That card has been bought and is on the way, which I did that pretty quick. So I'll talk about that once that comes in, maybe later this week or next week's mail day. So there's the Randy Johnson for 2021. And here's the big card. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show it, and then I'm gonna talk about it. 2001 Fleer Greats of the Game autograph set. And this is the Willie Mays. And obviously it's Willie Mays. And you might say, well, what's so big deal about that card, Mike? Well, this set is 93 cards. There are 55, I believe, Hall of Famers. A lot. Most of it's Hall of Famers. And it's a set that I just have always loved the look of it. I think it's super clean. Tons of great names in it. Not just Hall of Famers, but superstars. Steve Garvey's in it, and Kirk Gibson's in it. And I'm trying to think of Lou Pinella's in it. Guys beyond, a lot of Negro League greats. And so it was just this set that I thought always spoke to me, and it has a bunch of short prints, and none of them are more short printed than this one. And there's only 100 of the Willie Mays, which nowadays, 100 card serial number to 100 is not that big a deal. In fact, these aren't serial numbered; they're just, it's an announced print run, is how they used to do it back in the day on some things. And I mean, this card's 23 years old now, and these hardly ever come up. And when they do, they're super expensive. And so I've always just been like, oh, I need the Mays. And so I kept working on the set and getting other cards, getting other short prints. George Brett's a short print. Mike Schmidt's a short print. Eddie Murray's a short print, you know. And so I would just continue to knock these off till I was down to just needing the Mays. And it's one of those cards I honestly didn't know if I'd ever finally acquire it, because the price had been going up, and I just kept watching it and just go up every time I'd see it at a show or whatever. And this one was up for auction a couple of weeks ago. This one had to go through eBay Authenticity, so it took a long time to get here, but it is here. And it was in an SGC slab, and I thought, okay, if I'm going to go for one, let me just watch it for a little while. And then it got to a point where I'm like, okay, I may really try to go for this card. So, of course, on a card like this, I asked Julie, hey, I want to do this, and is it okay? And she's like, of course, go do whatever you want, which she's great. I just always feel like, at least if I ask, it can't get yelled at too bad. But this ended up being a little over $2,300 for a Willie Mays autograph, which, of course, rarely do Willie Mays autographs cost that much. You can get one for $300 to $500, pretty easy. But this one's special because it's a unique card. It's a very low printed card in a very iconic set. And so, in truth, only 100 complete sets can be built because this one's numbered to, or print run of 100. But this one was the last one that I needed for the set. So I'm finally done with the 01 Fleer Greats of the Game set. And I'm just, 2,300 felt like a really good deal to me. I had been expecting to spend somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000 on it. And to spend what I consider to be significantly amount less than that, I am tickled pink. This is easily the most I've ever spent for an autographed card. I have autographs in my collection that I've spent more on, Ruth and Gehrig and etc., but not in terms of like an actual just trading card. This is the most expensive card I've ever bought, and I'm just sitting here looking at it, just so excited to finally have it in the collection. I think I got I did well with it just because it's in an SGC slab, and I think most people would prefer PSA. I have several of them PSA slabbed. I am now grinding through the decision of whether or not I want to grade all of them to have an entire graded set of the 01 Fleer Greats of the Game. Some of them are worth grading, some of them are certainly not worth grading, but just to do it to have the complete set. So I would love to hear down below, grade them or not grade them. It'll be easy for you guys to say grade them, it's not your money, but it's I am toying with the idea of getting them all slabbed in PSA, which this one would then go and get crossed over because it will not stay in the slab. If I decide to do that, if I don't, I'll keep it in the slab, truthfully. But 8.5 on the card, 10 on the auto. So definitely off center. You can see, again, these are so rare, I just don't care, truthfully, what the grade is. It's really irrelevant. The fact that it was slabbed was important to me by a company, whether it was SGC or PSA, because I don't see a lot of fakes of these really, but it's just, you don't want to risk it. Here's what the backs look like. Congrats, you have received a card that has been personally autographed by Willie Mays, outfielder for the new San Francisco Giants. Yeah, 01 Fleer Greats of the Game. Yeah, I am stoked. So there you go. That is my mail day. I'm going to go just gawk at this card for a little while and put it with its other buddies from the set, and maybe do a tabletop showcase of the whole set. Let me know down below if you'd like to see that, all 93 cards as I have them now. All right, thanks guys. Talk to you all soon. Keep collecting.